Midtown Manhattan, 1155 Avenue of the Americas, with David Amsterdam, the president of investments in the eastern region of Colliers. But David, today I wanted to talk just a little bit about what's happening on the West Coast. David, tell us a little bit about what's going on in the downtown Los Angeles office market.
So the downtown LA market is extremely interesting. I think mostly because it's highly decentralized. I'd say 11% of the office product is actually in downtown LA. So 89% is spread throughout, obviously, other secondary and tertiary markets. Downtown LA has a higher vacancy rate right now, about 18%, and I think as we look at LA as a whole, we're seeing kind of a sub-market migration right now. So the LA Times is moving from downtown LA to El Segundo. The NFL Network is moving from Culver City to Inglewood, near the new Rams Stadium. You've got the West Side, which is really covered by Amazon, just leasing space in Culver City as well. You have Facebook leasing space in Playa Vista. So you're seeing tenants, it's not moving within the downtown LA market, it's within the entire county. So it's been interesting to watch some of that migration right now. I also think that as you look at LA, we talk about some of the redevelopments. El Segundo has some really interesting repositionings of former aerospace buildings. There's another 300,000 square foot site going up in Hollywood, Hudson Pacific. So interesting to see those developments along with a few in Santa Monica and Playa Vista.
David, where is the investment sales market in Los Angeles right now?
Downtown LA, it's extremely interesting right now. Sales volume is down 37% year over year. So again, very different than what we're seeing in DC, and then different when we compare it to New York. But I think there's scarce availability in downtown LA and in West LA, which is where we've seen some activity as of late. So what you're seeing is investors chasing yield outside into other submarkets. So I think we'll see some activity increase in South Bay and the Tri-Cities area.
One area that has been extremely strong in Southern California has been industrial, and particularly in the Inland Empire. Can you talk a little bit about what's going on with that?
Absolutely. I think industrial as a whole has been and is likely the most dynamic and in-demand asset class in the U.S. right now. Certainly the Inland Empire is a perfect example, the largest in California. Our team is really strong there. You've seen activity through the roof. There's a scarce amount of space there, so we've been watching kind of industrial work its way into other areas of the LA basin. I think it's really driven by e-commerce, and we're used to kind of the click the button and have your delivery within 2 days. So that final mile distribution is becoming an extremely expensive proposition, but one that's necessary for retailers and for e-commerce to survive. So we're seeing a lot of strong activity in the Inland Empire. I think we'll watch that increase along the West Coast, and we're going to see a lot more of that on the East Coast as well in the next 12 to 18 months.
David, are we seeing some familiar players from the world of real estate hopping into industrial who'd never been in it before?
Absolutely. I think you're seeing those that we know to own and operate, for example, retail on Fifth Avenue, now asking us to take a look at industrial across the country, not just LA and the Inland Empire, but in Chicago or in Brooklyn or Boston or in Jersey. So I think that asset class has become a hedge for some owners, and you're seeing activity not just within their standard known geography, but they're working their way across the country. So I think it's going to be really interesting to watch that market over the next 12 to 18 months.
In the downtown LA market, do you see vacancy rates going up in the future?
So downtown LA is the highest right now at around 18%. I think what we're going to keep an eye on over the next few months, that we have about 4.2 million square feet coming online, probably by the first quarter of 2019. The issue with that is we're watching FIRE tenants downsize over the past few years. We're going to need that demand to come from elsewhere. So hopefully content and tech will continue to build up on the west side, and that will absorb this additional space that's coming online all at once.
Do Do you think that the market can sustain quite that much square footage?
I do. I think look, what we've seen is this substantial growth, especially of, for example, Amazon coming in to the west side as of late, and with the Inland Empire and industrial becoming so popular in the Los Angeles market, we're going to see additional absorption from some of these, from the tech side, from e-commerce side. So I don't have any concerns about it, but I think that we need to just be cognizant of the fact that we have that much space coming online in the next 6 to 8 months.
From the East Coast, thank you so much for talking to us about the West Coast. David, it's a pleasure.
Thank you, Max.